What is up, everybody? It's your boy Valente, and I'm back with a brand new video. Today, we are going to be breaking down or recapping the events of today's Saints game. So, starting with the Saints are 8-8 now, with a huge chance to make the playoffs. Or I can't really say huge, but a chance to make the playoffs. Things got to go their way, but there is a chance. So, let's talk about it before we get into the breakdown of the game. So the Saints, um, they need to win next week, and that's the given. They need to win next week. The Panthers need to beat the Buccaneers, or the Seahawks need to lose out, and Green Bay or Minnesota need to lose one of their other games uh, besides this week. And yeah, there is a chance that the Saints can make the playoffs, but the most likely to happen being the Panthers scenario with the Buccaneers. So if the Panthers can beat the Buccaneers, then the Saints would win the division as long as they can beat the Falcons next week. But above all that, let's move on to what happened in the game this week. So I would say this is a near complete game for us this week. Um, Starting with the offense, uh, they did amazing from the jump. The first opening drive touchdown this season, and counting even, I guess. But the first opening drive touchdown in I believe like 19 games. So that was awesome. Seeing the offense get out there and get going early, which is something we haven't seen this season or seasons previous. So good for them. I thought Derek Carr played really well today. I thought he was very efficient. I feel like he was very poised when he needed to be in the pocket. I feel like he was, really good under pressure, and I felt like he was throwing with anticipation to almost every receiver on the field. Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams had a pretty good game despite a very stingy run defense. They did very good at controlling the pace, pounding the rock, and wearing down the D line. So good for them. Juwan Johnson had arguably not arguably, his for sure best game of the season. Shout out to him. He made some incredible plays today. Taysom Hill made an incredible catch over Antoine Winfield for a touchdown. That was also amazing. Olave had a couple of drive, building plays. You know, that's great. The offense did good when needed, went up 17-0 at half. Kind of backed down a little bit, but when their names were called, they did what they needed to uh, when asked. So good for the offense. Now for the defense. Defense, wow, that was a lights out performance. You just went in there and wrecked shit against arguably one of the hotter teams in the NFC. When you look at what the Bucks did over the past few weeks, they dropped 30 on the Jags, dropped 30 on the Packers, dropped 30 on the Falcons. I mean, they've been incredible recently. And Baker's been cooking, and you took all of that and you flipped it upside down on him. So good. Um, I don't believe, or we came out of here with a couple of sacks, one by Zach Bond, which hopefully we finally revealed his true identity on defense. Instead of trying to make him a Mike and a coverage guy, um, he's been really effective as a pass rusher. So hopefully we start to pick up on that and use him more in the pass rush. Along with Brian Brzee, who made a really huge play on third down late in the game. when we hadn't had any success bringing the quarterback down in the backfield pretty much throughout the entire game. Uh, Alontae Taylor with his first career interception. He had a really good breakdown with the New Orleans football crew of how it happened. He played that ball with anticipation. He attacked when he knew the receiver was going to attack. It's a mental game. It's a strategy game. It's a game of anything that you could attest to that. It's a game of timing. And Alante, he timed it perfectly. He had a damn good game today against Trey Palmer, I think his name is. Um, and then Jonathan Abram, he played a hell of a game at the safety spot. Um, had 5 tackles, a pass deflection, and a pick himself. And everything that he did in the game was pretty much key. Um, Blake Groupie, 3 for 3. Lou Headley, of course, he's not, you know, Lou Headley's not the greatest thing in the world, but efficient at that. But something I want to talk about is what Demario Davis said after the game in the interview. He was talking to, I want to say, Aaron Andrews after the game for Fox, and he was with Derek Carr beside him, and he said, "Hey, if you look at the stats, if you look at it, Derek Carr is probably the hottest quarterback in the red zone over the past few weeks," and that might be true, and that really might be true. So good for them to hopefully finally have found their identity. But one of the problems that we talked about previous was, can Derek Carr do this against a good defense? We've seen him do this against bad defenses. We've seen him cook up against teams like the Giants and the Colts, who are arguably 2 of the worst 5 defenses in football. But this Bucs defense has been on fire recently, and they went in there and shut that shit down. So props to the offense for doing that, and props to the defense for shutting down an offense that has been getting things going very recently. And we shut down that hot streak for the Buccaneers. Now, back into the playoff side of things, all of this could be very simple for the Saints. All you got to do is win your game against the Falcons, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you beat the Falcons, all the Panthers have to do is beat the Bucs. Whether it be Bryce Young, whether it be Andy Dalton, that'd be a very, very funny story to tell if Andy Dalton was the decider of the Saints' playoff hopes. But yeah, we're in for a very storied Week 18, and I'm here for it, and I hope you guys are too. So, that being said, if you enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like. Hopefully, I'll be back next weekend breaking down a victory and hopefully a playoff berth. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.